Yeah, so my grandmother passed away in 1995, and when I was growing up, she always would entertain the family, always would, we'd go over for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, Christmas, and she always had, and I have it right here, this like metal server. And on the server, she would have these bowls. These are back from like the 60s. These are called silver fade bowls, which I just recently discovered. So, like, discover what they were. So she always had this server with the four bowls on the server, and she would put, candies and nuts and all kinds of things in the server. So growing up as a child into my early 20s, I saw this thing every year at every function, and I loved it. I just loved it. She just took such great pride in her things. So when she passed away, my grandfather passed 5 months after, and we were breaking up their home. um, you know, People were getting all different kinds of things, and I got several items from their home, and I said, "Can I have that server, Nana's server?" And my dad said, "Sure, if you want it." So I got it, and then I this was like probably like 1996 at this point, and I packed it away, and I was just about to move into my first apartment. So in the move to the apartment, I accidentally broke four of the bowls.
Wow.
And or no, three of the bowls. I broke three and had one left. And I was devastated because I had no idea where. I mean, I knew this thing was back from the 50s or the 60s. I had no idea where I could find them again. The internet was in its infancy back then, so there was no eBay. There was just, I had no place to look for replacement of these bowls that were my grandmother's. So I packed it away, and I didn't really think more about it, but I just kept it. Well, soon after that, I started to dream about her. I started to dream about my grandmother. She would come to me, and in the dream, she was like either putting the candies and things in these bowls, getting ready to serve, or she was like in the kitchen talking to me about this server thing. And then I would wake up, and this dream happened several times. And I would wake up and be so upset and like, oh man, like I wish I could find the replacement bowls for this server. And I could have used any other bowl, but it just wouldn't have looked like hers. It wouldn't have just authenticated it for me. You know what I mean? So um about 4 months after that, I was a big yard sailor at that point back then. I used to go to yard sales constantly. And there was this one Saturday I woke up and I was like, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm so tired. I had a busy work week, and I just said, I'm not going. Well, something came over me, a compelling feeling that you're going. You are going. And I was like, oh, I fought it and I fought it, and I thought, all right. So I threw clothes on. I went to the market. I picked up a paper, and there was like 25 yard sales listed. And I just remember looking down. I said to myself, all right, I'm only going to pick two. That's it. Two houses, and I'm going home. And I just kind of went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, two houses that were close to each other. And I went, and I'm standing, I got out, beautiful big house. The couple had tables lined in the driveway. I started looking at the things they were selling, and I got a message in my mind that said, look right. I heard and felt something say, look right. And I looked over, and here, not only was there one, but there was five of my
Wow.
grandmother's bowls. And like this rush of adrenaline like went through my body
Mhm.
because I've been obsessing with this thing for a while now. And I looked over and I was like, I cannot believe it. And I walked over and I picked up one, and I heard in my head again, there you go. There you go. Like a very gentle, there you go. And I started to cry. Tears are running down my face. And the homeowner comes over and she says, are you okay? Are you all right? And I just shook my head and I told her the story. She started to cry. Her husband started to cry.
Oh
And
man.
she said, these were my grandmother's. She said, I didn't know what to do with them. And she said, I've had them in my attic for like all these years. And I started to get the money out. She was charging like $1 for each bowl. And I started to get my money out, and she said, no, 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 no. She said, you take them.
Oh
They
my
belong to
God.
you. And so not only did my grandmother send me three replacements to the ones I broke, but she gave me two extra in case I
You
were
got
to be
backup.
clumsy again.